everyone. Today I have another card tutorial for you, and it's going to be featuring a Whimsy stamp by Elizabeth Bell, and it's called Goldie Locks. I decided to look at the challenge for the Whimsy Stamps blog site, and it's With Love is the stamp challenge, and so I decided to use this little girl with the flower, and a friend of mine wanted me to use a saying that had to do with the Bachelor, and so I put on the card, "Yes, I will accept this rose," using my Cricut Explorer machine. And so I'm just using my Stamp-A-Majig to get the girl positioned right with the saying that I had my Explorer print on the cardstock for me. So I've got the position down, so I'm just inking up my stamp again and giving it a nice good press to get a good impression. I could have done this with my Misty as well, but just got out the Stamp-A-Majig and did that real quickly. And I'm going to speed through the coloring, but I'm using my Copics. And I'll try and show the caps of the markers as I go through them. And I'm sorry the image is upside down. My camera is attached to my monitor, and so I have a hard time coloring upside down. So this is just kind of the way I have to color, as like this. On the hair, I did use E50, E31, and E25. Just using a flicking motion, just trying to follow the natural path of the hair by the way it's pulled up and how it drapes down. Hair's still tricky for me. I have a really hard time with hair still. I've signed up for a local Copic coloring class on Friday, and so I'm hoping that I can get some good pointers to help me with my hair. And going back in with the E31 again, my mid-tone color. Again with my darkest color, just to try and bring out those shadows just a little bit more. I don't know why I just did that. Now I'm going to start on the skin. There we go. So E50 will be my lightest color. I'll use a E00, E11, and E04 for my shadows, darkest shadows. So you just go in with the E50 and map out where your shadows are going to be first. And that way it would do it, mapping out your shadows with your lightest color. If you make a mistake, then it's just your lightest color. You're not making a mistake with your darkest color. So you just slowly build up the colors, going, from your lightest to darkest, and then from darkest to lightest. used a little R20 for the blush on her cheek. And R22 for her lips. Do the same thing on her arms. I like to do it in sections because the wetter the ink is the easier it blends. So if you try and do like her two arms and her head and neck all at the same time, so you're going to have a little bit of drying in between your layers, and that just makes it a little bit harder to blend. And I need all the help I can get. So I just like to do a small section at a time so it'll blend nice and easy. And I'm not sure what happened there, but my camera just skipped through the coloring of the dress that I did in greens. I believe I used the YG 21, 23, and 25 to color her dress. And the flowers, I believe I used RV 93 and 91 and a little RV 34. And then on the, I don't know which, call it the sleeve and their sash and stuff, I used R34 and I can't remember. It may have been the same colors, the RV 93, 91, and 34. Okay, I think I got all the sashes colored. Now I'm going to move on to coloring the rose. Not sure if it's a rose actually, but I'm calling it a rose. Kind of looks like a lily, but I'm going to color it red like a rose. Red's another blending group that I struggle with. I've watched a lot of people color reds, and so I try to use the color combinations that they use, but it's very difficult color to try and color and get good shading and contrast. I just decided to use a single color on the stem and the leaves. They're so small, and I just used my Copic multi-liner to just reinforce the lines in the leaf to help give it some definition. But I think I used a G28 on that. And I decided my kitty needed to be gray, so just quickly put the base coat of my lightest color down, and then started flicking in some shadows. my light source is coming from behind her, you know, kind of from the direction of where the words are. So that's why I'm putting the shadows kind of on her front side a little bit, but not overly shadowed. Alright, next I'm going to color the table, and I'm using the E30 series of colors. Alright, here's my finished picture, and I decided to distress the edge with a little close to my heart black distressing ink. I also used the W series to put some shadows on the ground to just kind of ground her a little bit. Just take the little ink pad and lightly go around the edge. And then I'll show you where I mess up here in a minute and had to do some more to try and save my image. Everything's okay now, but when I turned it upside down to put adhesive on it, I smeared the ink onto the front of my image. So now I decided, well, I don't want to start over, so I'm going to take some masking paper and I'm going to stamp the image on it and cut around it, and I'm going to mask her off. And I have this Charming Cascades stamp set by Close to My Heart that has cascading dots, hearts, and stars. So I'm going to take the hearts with some blush ink from Close to My Heart, and I'm going to stamp some cascading hearts in the background to kind of mask that black smear in there a little bit. I'm not going to make these real predominant. I'm going to take it and I'm going to do a second generation stamping with it. So I'm going to stamp it off onto some paper, and then I'm going to stamp it onto my my card. So it'll just be, you know, little hearts faintly cascading in the background. So here I'm inking up the stamp, and I'm going to test that theory right now. I decided, yep, that was the thing that I needed to do. So I'm going to ink it up again, and then stamp it off, and I'm going to stamp my background. So here's the finished card. You can see the hearts faintly in the background, and it does kind of mask the black smears a little bit. So thanks for watching.